Today we are talking about the Internet of AI. Now, if you think about the world of computing, the history of computing, which one is more important? Is it the personal computer or the internet that connected all those computers, right? So it's the internet. So right now we're in the same moment. Is it about AI or is it about the internet of AI that's going to be more impactful? But we're going through these different phases. Today we are kind of in the mainframe phase of AI. Just like the DOS, we write commands and get answers from a chatbot. Then there's intranet, which is all these agents stay within a walled garden and they know each other. But then from there, we have to go to internet, a really scary place where we go to navigate and discover things on our own for our agents. That's like decentralized AI. But from internet to the World Wide Web, because the internet was about connecting computers, and the World Wide Web is about connecting people. And that's where NANDA is going. And NANDA stands for Networked Agents AI in a Decentralized Architecture. So imagine a birthday scenario for my daughter's birthday coming up. And it's kind of scary to go plan all these things. And imagine if I could, instead of going to a store, I can just talk to the shopping agent saying, hey, the bakery, my shopping list, Target, my party store, do something for me. And all these agents can go and figure out what's really required and negotiate on my behalf, maybe suck up all the photos from my phone to see whether my daughter likes Taylor Swift or she likes Star Wars, have a 3D model of my house, and I can see a visualization from all those products of how the birthday party will look like. And I can just select $200, $500, $1,000, and just click one, and all the supplies show up the next day, right? Of course, this has a lot of issues. Who the hell is going to give all the photos to a company? So you have to solve privacy. There has to be markets that are willing to tell me how this works. There's intelligence that I'm going to get served. There's verifiability. There'll be a lot of bad actors. And then it's some kind of a new UX. A browser is not going to do this. So we have been on this journey for the last 10 years at MIT, solving the privacy tech, creating AutoML, AI that designs better AI, new types of knowledge markets for data markets, intelligence markets, and decentralized solutions. And so the question is, if these AI agents are going to communicate and navigate and socialize and learn, earn, and transact on our behalf, how are they all going to do this? How does this look like the DNS, the browsers, the HTTP and HTML of the web? The exciting part is companies like Anthropic and Google have recently released protocols for communication. It's like the TCP/IP of two machines talking to each other, which is great, but we have to go well beyond just communication and solve problems like discovery and search and authentication and trace, and that's what NANDA is about. It's an architecture that will support many protocols, including MCP and A2A, but each of those protocols could have dozens of different implementations. So that's the beauty of thinking like an architecture here. And so it requires all those things, just like a website gets certificates, there are coupons like weblogs, there's registration, all these things that we have in the web world also map to the agent world, but it'll be a mistake to say that agents will behave just like the web pages behave, because in the 90s we could have said, oh, web pages will behave just like fax machines. So we have it. We have the NANDA registry, like a DNS registry, and I'm delighted to announce that 15 AI universities are on this node already. Isn't that amazing? Remember, the very first nodes on the internet were UCSB, UCLA, and SRI, and MIT came just right after that, so we're very delighted that we're including UCLA in this one as well. And many companies, many startups already have their services on this open source, open architecture platform, and you can go play it out at nanda.mit.edu. And let me show you a quick video of how this works. What you will see in the video is that to design this, to organize this birthday party, I can connect to various services, my Spotify list, the bakery shop, I can add all the services that I want, and they might be charging me. They might charge me like 50 cents for the query, or to do some intelligence on their sides. You can go to all these servers and add them. If there's a new shop in your neighborhood that shows up, you can just add them to your services. And this looks like a ChatGPT or a Claude-like interface for today. You can play with it, and then you can go and say, hey, are these real stores? There shouldn't be bad actors on this thing. And then you can say, hey, what's the weather, just to make sure everything is working? What tools do you have? Say, oh, I can make cakes for you. I can design songs for you. I can send party supplies for you, and so on. And all the services will be out there working for you. And just for a few dollars, just like you are willing to pay a few dollars to get the best airline tickets, because you are paying for it, or order from Uber, some of those prices are included, all the services will be out there. So finally, I can say for my daughter's birthday, hey, do you have a chocolate cake? And can you deliver that by tomorrow? And it goes to the NANDA agent of the bakery shop and talks in real time. And there's a small intelligent module working on the bakery shop's server as well. And they can look at their inventory and their list and come back with an answer, right? So all the orchestration around your life can be done this way. Of course, we are taking a low-stakes scenario, like a birthday party. But imagine doing the same thing for your health condition. You have to go and search across all these pages. Now all the services are coming at you, or think about supply chain, and so on. So we are very delighted that we're launching this open source. Any of your company, any of your startups can get up and running in a matter of minutes with whatever existing software you have and add the NANDA modules on top of it. So you can host a registry, you can connect your apps or API, or you can contribute to the open source and join this movement. We have many, many partners already with us. And if the agentic web in the future looks more like this open, vibrant World Wide Web, as opposed to today's app stores and play stores, this will be the moment we will remember. Thank you.
Ramesh, that's an incredibly impressive and ambitious outline that you've just given us. I know you have some experience working in big tech, and I'm sure Google and Apple and others, Meta, are thinking about these things. How can a project from MIT come along and outrun what they may want to do to rein in the open internet of AI?
In fact, everybody's craving for something that's open and vibrant. I myself have run AI teams at Facebook, Google, Apple. I've run teams there myself, in addition to many startups. And MIT has a history. We are deeply inspired by Tim Berners-Lee and the World Wide Web Consortium right here at MIT. That really showed how we can create this open, vibrant web from early 90s to about 95. And that really unleashed trillions of dollars of economic value. And people like Neil Gershenfeld and Sanjay Sharma, other professors, started the Auto ID Center for all the barcodes, all the RFID, all kinds of. So MIT has a deep history in starting something ambitious, but being very open and very inclusive. And the fact that top 15 AI universities are already working with us with many companies, hopefully there's good, enough of a momentum here that we can overcome the code start problem.
The other piece of it that's fascinating to me, you mentioned very quickly that the agents could charge prices. Maybe even there'll be competing agents charging different prices. Tell me a little about how the business model is supposed to work if everybody is plugging in their agents. Lots of cake vendors are in there.
Yeah, so imagine, I have some health condition and I'm looking for information. There could be a research agent that goes and does research for me. There could be, a bunch of clinicians that are running their agents, getting some services. There could be hotels that could say, hey, if you're going for surgery, you can stay with us. So this could be very high-stakes scenarios, and you could imagine this is a wisdom economy, not just a transaction economy, not just an information economy, but wisdom economy. If these agents out there are willing to provide me service, they could be competing for my service, and my agent could be negotiating in real time, saying, hey, you're charging me 50 cents for the service, this other one is charging me $2 for the service, but you seem to have better reputation, and I'm going to go with you. So we can imagine billions and trillions of dollars of value being created when each one of us has the ability to create our own AI agents. Every shop, every individual, every organization can train and deploy their own agents. And I think that's the analogy with the websites. And I think we really want to use NANDA as a platform to build this the commerce backbone.
So as you're explaining it, the reputation and past actions of the different agents is going to be very important. When I go to a new city and I need a coffee place, I pull up Google Maps, I see all the ratings that all the users have put in, and I know, don't go to the 3.2, go to the 4.7. How will the agents know to navigate just between price and reputation? Where will all that information come from?
Yeah, if you think about the internet stack, we left things like Yelp and so on, in the application layer because it includes the human messiness of scoring. But because this is agent-to-agent communication, a lot of these interactions are very algorithmic. And they could be solved with some cryptographic puzzles and smart contracts and so on. So things like reputation and KYA, know your agent, can actually be nicely ported to the infrastructure layer as part of the architecture of building this internet of AI agents. So that's the beauty of it. It's like your social security number and your credit score is a common good, and because of your credit score, you can go and buy a house. So I think the agentic reputation will look more like your credit score than something like Yelp, where it's some human messiness.
Okay, we just have a few seconds left, but tell me a little about your vision 5 years from now. How will I be able to use this system if it goes as you expect?
I mean, each of us use, tens of apps today, but it's a mess. Because it's very, walled gardens, the apps don't even talk to each other. I cannot create a team of apps to work for me. But you'll be able to create teams of agents, Bob's agents that are out there and working on your behalf. And they will learn, they will earn, they will transact. And at some point, you say, hey, all Bob's agents are not doing well. You'll send your agents to an agent school.
It's a little hard to
They'll come back
hear
at some point, and have a teenage daughter. So it's a difficult conversation. So my agent can go talk to her agent and say, you know what? Let's just figure this out. And if you get an A+ in math, we can take that trip to Spain you're talking about.
I hope my team of agents is more like the Celtics and less like the Red Sox, but we'll have to leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you.